Hi everyone, today we'll be walking you through Lessen's asset management solution. At Lessen, we believe that great facilities management starts with reliable data, especially your asset data. Reliable asset data means knowing what you have, where it's located, how it's performing, and what it's costing you. We built a full end-to-end solution, and today I'm going to walk you through it. First, we'll start with data collection, how we collect data and verify data. Then we'll go into how we use that data to power all work orders. And lastly, we'll show you how we use that data when it comes time for capital planning and how we manage those replacements. Let's start in the technician app. That's where the story begins and where Lessen really stands out. Most asset programs require a separate mobilization plan to get your asset data in. But because our techs are already on site for preventative and reactive maintenance work, we simply add a data collection work order on. That means no extra trips, no extra costs, because they're already there. Let me show you how that works. So now we're in the technician app, and this technician has a data collection work order for today. So we're gonna say we're on our way, that we arrived. And when folks arrive on site, they have to take a picture of the facility to make sure they're at the right one, in order to avoid any of those hiccups. So they arrive here, and then now we're gonna add the asset. So first they're gonna select their equipment type, and this one's gonna be a rooftop unit. And next they can add a QR code. So with our QR tagging program, technicians apply a QR tag directly to the asset, so every future visit, every check-in, every work order is tied back to the right piece of equipment automatically. So here we're gonna click apply a QR code. We're now gonna scan the QR code, and that's gonna get added in. So next up, we need to scan the nameplate. So then we're gonna open up the panel, give them instructions on how to do so, and then we're gonna scan the nameplate. And our AI and OCR will give the technician some in-camera feedback if they're not doing anything appropriately to scan a really good photo of the nameplate. So let's say that we got one, we're to use that photo, and then our AI and OCR scan it, and then go ahead and extract the manufacturer, serial number, and model number. Notice here that the AI is also giving suggestions on what a change might be. So it interpreted that as a K, but it might be a G, and so you can always kind of take that suggestion or revert it back and then go forward. And then from there on, you can add in some information about the refrigerant, factory charge, asset name, and then move on to then adding in the asset location, any additional details, and some questions. So this is all the information that technicians collect when they're doing a data collection flow. This takes around 3 minutes. And that flow that I just went through of them scanning a QR code and also scanning a nameplate, we require technicians to do that every time they come on site to maintain that unit, so that the work order information is then connected to that asset information. So then we can make good recommendations on when you want to replace that asset or when you would just want to repair it. When a technician captures a nameplate photo, AI and OCR check the make, model, and serial number. For most assets, this happens instantly, no manual entry required. But we know those technologies aren't perfect. So here we're going to look at an example where the AI and OCR weren't exactly sure what to do. So we're going to give you the work order, and this shows you what our internal team can see. So you can see AI is making some suggestion here as to what other changes might need to come from it reading the photos. So you then also zoom in and see the information, and then manually type it in yourself, or again, take the AI suggestions. And you can see that there were 4 other assets that were also collected on this data collection work order, and our reviewers can look at all of those, make sure that all the data looks correct before it gets put in your asset registry and used on future work orders. This is what gives your asset registry its integrity. It's not just data that's been scraped, it's data that's been validated. So for every decision, whether it's on a single work order or a multi-million-dollar capital plan, it's built on something that you can actually trust. Now let me show you how we use that clean data while we're managing your services. Every work order on Lessen platform is linked to a specific asset it touches. You can see them here and also here. So there's no more invoices closed in the wrong asset, no more mystery charges you can't chase back. So this work order is an HVAC work order for this specific rooftop unit. And here you can see the manufacturer number, the serial number, the asset ID, and also its risk. This is a high risk asset. And then it gives the recommendation for replacement. You can always dig a little bit deeper and understand why we're giving you that recommendation. If you wanted to learn a little bit more, you can always click here, which takes you to another tab on the work order that then loads and gives you more in-depth asset information. The total spent date, the estimated cost to replace, how many predicted years of useful life, the last PM service, last reactive service, and repairs in the past trailing months. So try to really arm you with all the information you need to make an informed decision on what to do on this specific work order. This also goes a little bit of step further. So I could then look at this location and dive a little bit deeper. So here we are on the location page, where you can get a comprehensive overview of the location. You can see all the basic information up here, but here's where I want to draw your attention to is the insight section. So you can see the location performance, how many open work orders there are, what the total spend is for the location, and then also break it down by the various top categories. And you can see that there has been about $10,000 in spend for HVAC just in the past 12 months. You could always then make a custom range or kind of augment this based on whatever time frame you want to look at. And then we also have this asset card here. And this tells you what's at risk, how many are in warranty, if there's any upcoming PMs, and how much spend has been dedicated to assets. So looking at this over the last 12 months, this location has spent 67% of its spend on assets alone. So given that, we want to dig in a little bit further into what's going on with these HVAC work orders. So you can always click on this, and then it filters down the list below to dig into a little bit deeper detail into what's going on with these work orders. You can of course read all of this or have Aiden help you go through and summarize these. I'll show that in another video. But let's say you want to just dig a little bit deeper into the asset. You could then click here and go to our asset detail page. And this is where you get really dedicated information about a singular asset. So you can go in here and kind of see what happened recently. So in December, we had a refrigerant change, a verified label was applied, etc. You could then also go into photos, which is really interesting too, and also helpful for, I know, a lot of maintenance teams when they're trying to figure out exactly the health of an asset. So you can go here, look at all the reactive work orders and see all these before and after service photos that we require for technicians that help you stay abreast of kind of what's going on with that asset. So all this information is highly accessible in the system and is there for you whenever you need to make a decision. Let's say you have a proposal that's coming in, you're trying to figure out if I should approve it. This information is there so you can make an informed decision on if a replacement or a repair is really more appropriate given the asset's history. That's great for the day-to-day decisions, but what about for the bigger ones? So for those bigger decisions, we also have a module in place for our account management teams to go through and help you build a capital plan. So here we look at an entire portfolio for a client and can see all of their spend, how many assets they want to replace, and all the other information that you might need in order to make an informed decision. We can then create a plan based on this and have various parameters, select a variety of assets, and then send you those plans for you to consider whenever it comes around to capital planning time for you. So at Lessen, we're really trying to make sure that you're not just getting premium technology that is doing all these connections for you and has all of these various modules, but you also have a dedicated team that's going to be going through all of your data and your history in order to give you recommendations on how best to run your maintenance program. This is the shift that we want to see in facilities management. Taking your clients from preventative to proactive. Not 1,000 PMs just because they're on the calendar, but targeted investment in the assets that actually need it. And when it is time for replacement, Lessen doesn't just recommend it, we execute it. We have a program where Lessen buys the equipment on your behalf directly from suppliers at pre-negotiated pricing. Let me show you how that works. So imagine that you're a vendor putting together a proposal and that you want to say that the asset on site should actually be replaced. And so they fill out the proposal, go all the way through, and then down here, they actually have the ability to say that they want the equipment purchased by Lessen or by themselves. If it's purchased by Lessen, we again get those best rates, and we get directly from the supplier the make, model, serial number to then put it into your asset registry, and we also then get the warranty tracking information. So we are just starting up that program, and we're really excited about the prospects of that in order to keep all the information within Lessen's ecosystem to ensure that your data stays robust as possible and that those data collection flows aren't even necessary. This means that when an asset needs maintenance down the road, we already know what's covered and you're only paying for what isn't. You're not just replacing assets, you're starting its full track lifecycle on the platform from day one. Assets are the foundational layer of facilities management, and everything we just saw is Lessen doing what we do best, thinking through every detail of the workflow so you don't have to. That's Lessen.